Diana, I'm so happy and excited. Lopez Lopez, well, I'm Latina and I'm so proud the studios are working with this kind of series. Tell me about your character and the adventure when you participate in this Lopez Lopez project.
My character is, I play the character of Olga. She has a booth at the swamp meet, the local swamp meet. And George takes his son-in-law, or Mayan's partner, Quentin, to the swamp meet to learn how to be a man, because that's where you toughen up. That's where you learn how to be tough, because he feels Quentin is not tough enough. And the best way to learn how to toughen up is to come to my booth. There's a history between Olga and George that goes back, and it's one of those, experiences where you come to the swamp meet and you think, I'm going to get the one thing that I want. I'm going to get it at the price that I want, and then you leave with 10 things at triple the price that you expected to pay. So Olga gets to be that strong, tough, very smart, savvy Latina.
What the hell are you doing?
What?
Nachos are a finger food, like steak or soup.
This was like coming to a family's house. I've known George for a long time, and Mayan, I've gotten closer to. I've gotten to know her in the last year. I was always a big fan of Selenice and Al Madrigal, and I go back. So this was like coming to La Casa de mi Primos. So we had a great time. And I always know that working with George, I had done a series with him in 2014 called St. George. I knew that it was going to be another masterclass in comedy, because George likes to throw things at you right there in the moment while the camera's rolling, and I live for stuff like that. So I had an amazing time.
And in this amazing time, tell me about what this character brings to you in the personal way and for your career too.
I love playing roles of strong women. I just love being able to show the different degrees of strength that a woman, in particular Latina woman, has in all different areas and careers. We're strong inherently in our souls. So I love the opportunity to play that kind of strength. And then, she was very funny, and to go toe to toe with George, that's a wonderful challenge as well, which I was very happy to accept. I think one of the things that made me very proud and excited to be a part of this series is not only is it a good Latino series, Latina series that we have on the air, that we deserve to have on the air, but this was also an opportunity to be a part of a project that has Latinas in front of and behind the camera, leading the way. And that's a big deal. We don't have enough of it. And that's something that in highlighting the fact that I came on as a guest, that I'm telling everyone, look at this. We have like fierce, strong, talented Latinas who are leading roles. And we have a showrunner creator, Deborah Wolf, who created the show. And we have Latina writers in her writing group, writing this show. So that's a big deal. And that's not something that I'm keeping quiet about when I tell people that I came onto the show to do this wonderful role.
And what I'm very proud, like Latina, is to see how actors and professional actors and all the crew bring new stories. Not only the poor immigrant came to United States now, which we are shine because they find our culture and traditions are really strong. And in this particular series, the Lopez Lopez show, exactly how we live in our house
Yes,
with the crazy novelas around. And
yes.
it is like a work at home. Tell me a little bit about the difference with this project and the other ones, because it's part of our culture too, the one you are presenting.
I think the best part about this, about Lopez versus Lopez, is that it is a story showing other families, other Latina families. It's not just the one story. But even if you are not of a Latina background, you can watch this series and see the human story happening. You can watch it and say, oh my gosh, that's my tío. Oh my God, that is so my mother. That is the universal element. I think sometimes it's just ignored that Latinos have entire lives that have to do with things that everybody else has to go through. And we have many stories to say and share. And they are fun artistically, they're fun with the cultura, they're there for our community to resonate, but they're also there as a universal story for people to see a part of themselves in the characters. Even if the flavor is a little different, you can see the ingredients are the same, are very similar, because it's human nature, or it's the human element, the human story. And that to me is the most important thing. We'll get more stories done about Latinos if we are able to show all of our different stories. We don't just have one.
I like that. I like that. And I think that is a strong message. And I want if you can tell our audience when and how we can follow you particular, and also enjoy the Lopez versus Lopez.
Lopez versus Lopez is on Tuesday nights at 8/7 Central on NBC, and then the next day on Peacock. Follow me on Instagram, Diana Maria Riva. I'm also the co-founder of Latinas Acting Up, so please feel free to follow us there as well on Instagram. And it's a great show. You will find a lot of laughs.
You need to tell me more about the Latinas acting. But I
Yes.
think, yeah, we need to be, yes, very fast. We can follow you in there and this embrace and bring another opportunities for more actors like you, yes?
Yes, Latinas Acting Up is absolutely for all Hollywood industry Latinas, whether you're in front of the camera, behind the camera, crew, all of it. This is where we come together to unite to move the needle of representation and visibility of Latinas in the industry.
Oh my gosh, I can have 3 hours talking with you, but I know it's time to go. And thank you so much for this interview, and see you next time. Por supuesto, veremos López versus López, que por Dios santo ya comenzó y no te puedes perder el segundo episodio.
Lopez versus Lopez returns April 2nd on NBC and Peacock.